Okay, hi guys. This video is a continuation from the previous video. We will still be talking about the average and marginal cost curves, and we'll be talking about the special cases as well as the dynamics of how these curves are going to move. So let's begin with the special cases. The first special case would be the case where there is decreasing returns to scale, increasing returns to scale, as well as constant returns to scale throughout the firm's level of production. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to derive the Lrac, the Lrmc, Srac, and of course the Srmc. Okay, so just a bit of recap. When we talk about returns to scale, we are talking about the long run. Okay, it's not a short run, it is a long run. So we know that when it's decreasing returns to scale, your RLTC is going to look like this. When it's increasing returns to scale, your LRTC is going to look like that. And when there's constant returns to scale, the long run total cost is simply a straight line. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in our short run total cost curves to these three different graphs over here. And from there, we're going to derive the different average cost as well as the marginal cost. So let's begin with the case where there is decreasing returns to scale throughout. Okay, I'm going to need two sets of axes, as you can see over here. So a firm that is experiencing decreasing returns to scale throughout will have a long run total cost that looks like that. Okay, now I'm just going to add in my short run total cost and make it intersect somewhere with the long run total cost curve. And now I'm going to start to derive the average cost curves. So recalling from the previous video, the first step would be to determine where your Lrac is first. And of course the first step is to find out where is the minimum AC. And you will notice that the minimum AC is actually where the origin is, because as you can see from my ruler, that is the flattest point that my ray can go. Okay, so the minimum AC is at the origin itself. So let's talk about the shape of the Lrac instead. And to identify the shape, let me just break it down into two parts. I'm going to draw one ray here and another ray there. So what you will notice is that your average cost is actually increasing as the quantity of X increases, and that is because your ray keeps getting steeper and steeper as you progress along the horizontal axis, and that is why your average cost curve for the long run is going to look exactly like this. So the next thing we're going to do is to find out the Lrmc. So we know that Lrmc is going to intersect where the minimum average cost is, but in this case, the minimum is simply near the origin, somewhere there. Okay, because that's the lowest point, that's the lowest ray. So let's talk about the shape. And I'm going to be drawing tangents at these points where the ray is. And I'm going to notice that the marginal cost is going to increase as my production of X increases. And this is because the tangent gets steeper and steeper as I move along the horizontal axis. So what I can also see is that the tangent will always be steeper than the ray. Okay, you can try this out by yourself. Therefore, your marginal cost is going to be more than your average cost, and that is why your Lrmc will always be above your Lrac. So you see that's pretty straightforward, right? Now the third thing I'm going to do is to define where my Srac is. To draw the Srac, you are going to need 2 points. Recall from the previous video that the first point is the point where the Srac meets the Lrac. Okay? And that is also the point where my SRTC equals to my LRTC. And that point just happens to be somewhere around here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend the vertical line downwards. And I'm going to mark out this point because that's the point where the Lrac will meet the Srac. So of course, second thing I'm going to do is to find out where's my minimum average cost for the short run. So find the lowest ray, just like this. So drawing the vertical line down, I'm going to mark the minimum AC, which is somewhere here. Now, why is it here? It's here for two very simple reasons. Firstly, because it has to be more than the Lrac, and it has to be less than this point over here. Alright, if not, it's not much of a minimum, right? So I got 2 points. I'm just going to connect these two lines together in a U shape, and I have my short run average cost. Okay? So now we're on to the last curve, which is my short run marginal cost curve. So the short run marginal cost curve is going to intersect the minimum AC just over there. And you also need another point of intersection. And the other point of intersection is the Srmc will meet the Lrmc. And it is at a point where both total cost curves meet. So it is this point over here, that red dot. And once I got these two dots, I can just simply join up the two dots together in an upward sloping curve. and that actually gives me my short run marginal cost curve. Okay, so that is how you derive these curves. You will actually notice that you are drawing the short run curves that are in blue. Okay, so you're actually drawing SRAC2 and SRMC2. Alright, so if you're just gonna take a ruler and you're gonna cover the left hand side of the minimum LRAC, it is exactly the same thing that you see over here.
Thanks for watching a sample of the Quickonomics online learning experience. We hope you've enjoyed it. We believe that true happiness lies in realizing ambitions and dreams. That's why we make our products specific to your needs, simple to understand and captivating, so that you can learn effectively while saving time, realizing those ambitions and dreams. The Quickonomics online learning experience is a range of supplementary lectures, tutorials, and exam solutions in the form of videos, which you can conveniently view anytime, anywhere. Watching our videos before and after your regular lessons at school, we aim to give you joy in learning and build academic confidence at the comfort of your own relaxed learning environment. So how can you begin? We welcome you to purchase Quickie Dollars to redeem the videos for full access to the Quickonomics online learning experience. Thank you for starting with Quickonomics.